morning, everyone, and welcome to our third and last workshop for stop motion animation with Jhonny Parks. I'd like to say hello to all the participants who are here and remote, and remind you to please send your videos to Jhonny for inclusion in a montage that we will also post on the Westport Library Video Gallery. I'd also like to thank Roz and Bud Siegel, without whose generosity we would not make this possible. So thank you so much. This is such an exciting workshop. A reminder to everybody that we have more workshops upcoming. We have Microphone Magic with Travis Bell. We also have Monster Laboratory with author, illustrator Bats, and coding with Josh Berker on 2 different levels. So final thank yous are to all the library staff to make this possible and work so smoothly. And finally to Jhonny Parks for his incredible creativity and ability to make it simple for all of us to understand. Take it away, Jhonny.
Thank you for the introduction, Margaret. I appreciate it. So thank you everyone for coming. This is our final class today, and I appreciate you guys showing up for every class. That's awesome. Thank you so much. And I want to say thank you to the remote students as well at home. Give me 1 second. Okay, I want to say thank you to all the remote students at home who sent me their animations. I appreciate it. I know you couldn't be here with us in person, but we appreciate that the fact that you were a contributing factor to our final product, which will be the montage at the end, which you're going to be included in. So keep sending them to whataproductionstudio@gmail.com. Thank you. Okay. So we're just going to jump right in today. We're going to do something I've never done before, but I've always wanted to do. So I know you guys have been using Stop Motion Studio, but I wanted to give you the opportunity to use Dragon Frame. So the way we're going to do that, I'm just going to break it down real quick. We have a lot of students here, right? So what we're going to do is everyone, one by one, is going to come up here to the table where I've been animating, and you guys each get 2 minutes. Then we move on. And so we're going to start off. Sam was kind enough to let me borrow this bird here, and we're going to use my little hybrid strawberry orange. So these are the 2 characters we will be animating. So you're going to come over here on this side, get up in line, and when you come up, just animate it however you want, do whatever you want. You could change things, squash a little bit, whatever you want to do, and then walk off the stage, and then another person's going to come up and animate exactly where they left off. So by the end of this little game, we're going to have one continuous animation that you guys all contributed in. Does that sound fun? Awesome. Okay. So first, what we're going to do before we do that is go over my last 2 slides that I made for you guys. So I told you I was going to teach you about lighting. So here we go. Incandescent lighting with stop motion. These are your basic light bulbs that you have at your house that you just use in regular lamps, and they give you usually a really warm glow. These are not the best, but you can use them if you're on a budget. They're less than $1 each. So the pros are very inexpensive fixtures and lamps, and the cons are they're not efficient. They get very, very hot. That can be dangerous. And they have poor lamp life. They don't last as long as the other types we're about to go over. Fluorescent lighting. So fluorescent lighting are like these lights. If you guys all want to look up here on the side in those fixtures, those are fluorescent lighting. Now you can get them in cool, you can get them in warm, in different color temperatures. The problem you're going to run into these, and I've had this happen myself, is that you're going to get a flicker. You could see it, you might not notice it when you're taking your pictures with animation, but when you watch it, the light keeps changing. So it's called strobing. And they contain toxic materials, often promote the flickering effects and can cause it causing inconsistent results. But they're very efficient. They don't use a lot of energy for the light that you get, and they're inexpensive, usually, not always. LED lighting. This is the best lighting you could have for stop motion because they do not use a lot of energy. They're consistent. You'll never get that strobing of between brightnesses. It won't just go dark for one frame, then dim the next. They last forever. I've never had one die. And they're very efficient, and they do not get hot. They're cool to the touch. So you can touch them even when they're at their full brightness. Excuse me. Okay. Another advantage, which I'm going to demonstrate in a moment for you, is that with LED, you have the power. If you have you guys heard of RGB lights? Red, green, and blue. You can change them to any color that you want, which I'm going to demonstrate that as well over here. So you can also control them with apps on your phone, wireless remotes. You have complete freedom with them, but they are the most expensive type of light that we're going over. Okay. And that's that. Okay, do we have any questions? It's just real quick. Nope, okay.
Yes, we do.
Hi, we have a question from someone remote. They're actually struggling to export their video. The video is 24 seconds long, only 134 frames, but the program, the app, says that the file is too big to export. Do you have any tips?
No, without looking at it, I can't. Are they using Stop Motion Studio?
Yes.
So
Yes, they are.
It should be an MP4, 27 seconds. Maybe there's a this is the only thing I can think of. On the free version, maybe there's a limit how many seconds it could be. Are they doing the paid version or the free?
I believe they're doing the free, but I can double check.
Okay, I'll definitely look into that after. Remember that, and I'll look into it and answer. Stick around after the group.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Okay, sorry I couldn't answer that right away, but I will do whatever I can. Okay, Jack, can I have you up here? I want to introduce somebody. Yes, Jack, you still can come up here.
You need to put it in your Google Drive first, and then you can do anything you want with it, I think.
Right, but they can't export the file to even get it in the drive.
Then I don't know what to do, so.
Okay, no problem. Thank you, Evie. All right, so moving on. So let's just do something real quick, okay? This will be brief. We're going to go over, before I do that, actually, I'm going to show you the last slideshow for color temperature. And this is a picture of my tortoise. Has a great title screen right there. It's Gilbert Grape. Okay, so color temperature. Raise your hand if you know what this is. Okay, we have one. So let me explain this. So color temperature is based on a scale called Kelvin, the Kelvin scale. It's the temperatures, degrees of the type of light and what it gives off. So it's basically divided with cool lighting and warm lighting. Now, I'm not going to go too much into the specs on this, but in the middle, pretty much is neutral. Like 5600 Kelvin is daylight, just a regular day. So that's just a pretty neutral lighting. And then when you go real low, it goes to the warm. So the reddish lights, fire, stuff like that. It gives that real warm glow. And they use that in films a lot to give a more inviting type of lighting. For example, all these lights in this library, every single one is warm. If you look at them, they have that orangish tint to them. But if you go to the hospital, you're going to see those very uninviting like tones, which are just white, not pleasant. You know, they're brighter though. In general, they're brighter, so they're more practical. But if you know this, and if you watch a movie after this, you'll say, "Oh wow, that was cool lighting. This is warm lighting." So I'm just going to show you real quickly some examples here. So if you've noticed on your camera, you have white balance settings. Raise your hand if you've ever seen these little symbols to set your white balance, but didn't know what it meant. Okay, we have two. Well, you're going to learn right now. So what that is, white balance is essentially what your camera considers white. So depending on how bright it is in the room, depending on if it's the warm lighting like we just talked about in here, these glorious inviting colors, or if it's a hospital and just cold and not a very great feeling. But there's a practical use for that. In horror films, they use a lot of cool lighting, a lot of greens and blues. So whatever you set your camera to, you're telling your camera this is white. And anything below that on the scale, the lower you go, for example, if you set at 5600, which is daylight, like we discussed, anything below that is going to be warmer than that. So you're setting the benchmark of your white balance. So if that kind of makes sense, I recommend you Google it to go further into that because it does get very technical. So if you notice when you put your camera on auto white balance, it does the math for you. But if you ever want to get a little trickier and customize a little bit more, you can set your own white balance. If you have any questions about white balance, come to me afterwards and I will thoroughly explain it to you. Okay, so if you see this picture up here, on the left, it's pretty much common sense, right? It's warm, meaning it's warmer. And it's very relaxing, it's nicer. And then over here, you have kind of just a, cooler, right? You can see it's got some bluish tints to it. It just doesn't make you feel cozy. And that's an effect, once again, that you could use to your advantage if you're not trying to be a warm, inviting scene in your film or in your stop motion animation. So here's another example. On the top, you can see the cool, and it's the same exact shot. Tripod didn't move, and warm. Do you guys see the effect that that does? How that changes the whole atmosphere and the mood. Okay, my favorite, RGB. So RGB, you can, how many of you have seen these things? These like RGB ropes, and a lot of you guys, okay, cool. So they're neat because you can change them to any color that you want, and they're very inexpensive. You can wrap them around, say, your computer at home. You can put them all around. You could hide them underneath a shelf so you can't actually see it, but you can see that the light that it's giving off. Okay. So here's a cool little room right here. Nice couch and lamp, and you can see that you have the very warm lighting with a yellow, I'd say. So it is warmer from the lamp, and as you go, the colors change. So you can do cool effects like that. You see it in music videos all the time. Next time you watch a music video and you see all these multicolors, those are LEDs, guarantee it. Or have you guys ever heard of gels? What a gel is, say you just have a white light with no color to it, you can actually, it looks like cellophane or like clear gift wrap kind of. And you put it right over there and it works as a filter, so you can make just a regular ordinary white light any color that you want. And that's used for color correction very, very often. Okay, so in this picture you can see, I'm sure you guys have all seen this, just look down. You can see it right now. See those blue lights? Those are RGB LEDs. So you have the option of changing them to whatever color you would like, depending on how you want it to look. Here's another practical use. If you go into a restaurant or a themed restaurant, you can see it just changes the whole atmosphere. For certain nights, you could have this color. Another night, you could have a different color. So once again, it just really sets the mood. And you can see on the bottom one, this was all over the place. Looks like it says boom, I imagine. Got a comic book theme all along the ceilings, and you just want it very colorful, gives it that comic-like feel. You have a lot of options, more than any other light source possible. Okay, and that's it. So let's do some demos here. So this is Jack, one of my newest production assistants from What a Production. Let's go. I'll give Jack a round of applause. He's amazing, and he was kind enough to be a subject right now. So thank you, Jack. Okay, so what we're doing right now, one second. So Jack, if you could actually just turn this way a little bit. We can all look up here for just 1 second. So this is called a bicolor light. Bi meaning two. You have either warm or cool, and you could set it to any temperature that you want. So see how warm Jack is? It gives that nice warm feeling. Does it feel warm, Jack?
It feels warm.
All right. Or we can change that with a dial, and we can go to cooler lighting. So right there is fairly neutral. But as we go up on the dial to the higher Kelvin level, gives that cool, uninviting glow. But if you set it in the middle between the two temperatures, it's actually brighter because it's a neutral blend. Jack, if I could have you follow me over here. Like I said, this one's my favorite. So this is an RGB panel, which I have it controlled right now to an app on my phone. So you could turn it on, turn it off, or you could control whatever color that you want. So if you want a blue, just picture this and apply this to stop motion, for example. You could have your character have a green tone to him, or her, blue, magenta, straight red, yellow, or anything in between. You also have settings where you have scenes, which that doesn't really apply to stop motion very much, but just a cool little note. You can have strobe lights, display screen. Say you have a scene in a movie where your subject is watching TV, you would put one of these in front of them to give the bounce light off your subject that he's watching TV. You have ambulance, cop car. It's probably the most, I'd say, practical use on one of the pre-settings, but that's very effective. But with stop motion, you're not going to be doing that because you're just taking one frame at a time, right? So what you would do, you go to adjust, and just pick your color. And if you have two of these, they work in conjunction with each other. Fantastic. So you could have a little bit of blue on this side of his face, and if I had a light over here, you can have a different shade. So it's kind of like a split tone, they call that. All right, thank you, Jack. Okay, so you guys all understand that? Okay, cool. So I'm going to turn these off now, and we're just going to go right into animating. Then for the last half an hour of class, I'm going to show you guys something really cool. I love this. I'm going to show the montage video. It's a compilation of every class I ever taught, all put into one video. So the only thing missing from that is yours, which is going to be put on after. So every time that I do a class just like this one, it gets a little bit longer. So eventually, maybe we'll have an hour video. Who knows? Okay, so let's just get right to it. So everyone's going to have approximately 2 minutes to animate, okay? Sam, would you like to begin since you built the character? And I'm going to demonstrate. So I'm just going to go over a brief description of the Bluetooth remote. Oh, give me 1 second, okay?
Turn off my camera. I don't want to wait.
Okay. Just give me 1 sec, Sam. We're just waiting for 1 sec. Well, while we're waiting, Sam, would you like to address everyone and tell them about your character in detail?
So, I made a bird, and I made a pretty nondescript because the point of it is you can have any bird you like. This bird.
Thank you. Thank you, Sam. Let's go off, give Sam a round of applause. Okay. Okay. So what we have here is the official Dragon frame pad. So like I said yesterday, I believe, that it's just a regular numbers pad with a couple special features already customizable, but pre-programmed as well. So this is your button. Actually take a picture.
Whoa.
Okay. So everybody pay attention to this. So what we're going to do, set up your first frame of how you want it. You can use them both if you'd like.
Okay.
Just bring them right into focus. So right around here. Yes. Oh, sorry. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so once you have your characters where you want them, it's literally as simple as just press and enter. I recommend keeping it on the table though. Okay. So just press enter. Okay, do it now. And that takes your picture. So I'm going to turn onion skin on. This is how you turn it up. See right here?
Whoa.
Yeah. So let's move it forward a little bit. Right there. We're going to keep it right there so you guys don't have to do anything. Onion skins are already going to be on it. So you get the hang of it. Then you just press enter. And I do apologize for the 2 minutes, but it's the only way to do it fairly and make it possible for you all to get a turn. So when you're done, just, if possible, if you can sit on this side kind of, just so I can gauge who's left. It could take a moment because you're doing long exposures. And then when everyone's done, we're going to play the whole thing in its entirety. Okay, so if we could start forming a line 3 feet apart. Okay. Sometimes if you hold the button, you don't just tap it, it'll do that. Yep. So I'm going to be setting a handy dandy timer up for you guys. So every 2 minutes, it's going to go beep, beep, beep. Okay, 1 more minute, Sam. Oh, and one last thing too. After you animate, if you could please be so kind to just write your name on the sheet so I can credit appropriately. Just your first name, please.
Are we allowed to add any characters?
Absolutely. Yep. But keep the other characters on there as well. Sure. Okay, 1 more minute, Sam. Also, if while you're animated, if you could just maybe verbally explain what you're doing, that'd be great too. Okay. Take 1 more. All right, thank you. So if you just put your name right here. Just your first name, please. Okay, next. So right here, this is the button to capture your frame.
Okay.
You can bring it over here if you want. And then onion skin, forward and back, right there.
Okay.
So I'm going to turn it on for you. There you go. Okay, 2 minutes. You could just explain what you're doing to everybody else.
I guess, this bird is now a pelican thing. I literally.
Could you speak just a little louder?
The bird is now a pelican thing. And I'm gonna try to eat the strawberry thing or something.
Gonna try to eat it. Perfect. So it's really not so much different from stop motion studio, right? The principle is the same. Okay, one more minute. It's looking great. Okay, 30 seconds. Oh, it got the strawberry. Okay, 2 more frames.
I literally have no idea what I'm doing, so I'm just gonna.
Just wing it. I promise you it'll look cool, whatever it is.
Static or.
Okay, last picture. Okay, great job. Please just write your name on slot 2. How are you doing?
Can I move closer?
Sure.
Okay, so basically.
Could we just keep it where it was though, just for the first frame, and then do whatever you want? So what you're gonna do right here, the enter button just takes your picture. Okay. Could you tell everybody?
I just thought of this. They're gonna play Simon Says.
Okay.
It's basically just strawberries is moving and the pellet.
Oh, okay. That's a great idea.
Johnny, could you repeat that? Repeat what he said?
Can you,
No, you repeat it.
could you say it again, please?
They're playing Simon Says. It's basically the strawberry doesn't move and then the pelican tries to copy the move.
So what they're doing is playing Simon Says. So the strawberry does something and the pelican tries to imitate that same move. This is awesome. I love how everybody brings something completely different to the table. So it's like all their own styles of animating and moving things, but it's still being just one video. I like the idea of that. Wait till the loading bar. You guys take the picture and you see the little loading bar. This is a longer exposure that we're doing. So just don't put your hand in the way until it turns white. The white thing goes all the way over. I have 10 seconds left to try to get 2 more frames.
Okay, just that's it. Can he tell us what people?
You take one more. Okay, great job. If you could just come back here for a second, please. Just write your name on number 3. Thank you so much. Okay, next. Okay. So what you're just gonna do, okay, to take your pick, oh, you brought the watermelon. Love that. So you're just gonna press this when you see it. Just gonna show you. Loads, then you can put your hand back in the way. Just try to keep your hand out of the picture actually when you're doing it, unless you want them in the frame. That's cool too. Okay. If you have any questions, just let me know. Just please let the class know what you're doing. Sure. So the strawberry is going to get the watermelon slice. I have to say that is a very realistic looking watermelon slice, by the way. Great job. If you want to delete it, just double tap this button. Do you guys all see by now how helpful the onion skin feature is? Without that, it would be near impossible to line up your shot if it falls and you want to make it look like it didn't. So I think that's my absolute favorite feature. And I could say most animators that I've, had the chance to speak with agree with that. Sure. So the bird might want to steal the watermelon slice now, I was told. And that's for everybody that's watching this from home. You can make your own animation as well. Just follow along, because I know you don't have these same pieces to follow along with, but I'd still love to see your animation and what you're doing right now. Also email it to me. There's never too much video, just not enough. Okay, if you want to take 2 more frames. You guys are doing great, by the way. All right, 1 more for the gold. Great job. Thank you so much. If you could just please kindly write your name on the pad, just your first name. We do not need last names. Oh. Okay, thank you so much. Great job. So, hello, what is your name again?
Casey.
Casey, okay.
So mine is going to be, the dog is going to chase the goldfish onto the thing. Oh,
So the dog is going to be chasing the goldfish, I was told. So let's see how Casey does that. If you don't like one of your frames, you can just double tap it. It'll take away the last one you captured. So what's going on now?
the seagull and the strawberry thing are turning to face them.
So the seagull and the strawberry are now turning and facing the dog and the goldfish. This is fantastic. I love all the color choices you guys went with on your characters, by the way. I just want to tell you that. Very bright. Okay, 1 more minute, Casey. I've never seen Dragon Frame on such a large screen. This is awesome. Okay, 20 more seconds. Like speed chess. Okay, 2 more pictures, then we got to move on to the next. One more. Okay, great job, Casey. Thank you so much. Hey, how are you? Doing well, thank you. So you're going to do, just continue where they left off. Just press that to take your picture. You can, onion skin is on, and if you don't like it, just double tap that. Okay, 2 minutes on the clock. So what do you plan on doing?
I have a ball, so it's gonna be stuff.
Okay, so we're implementing the bowling ball that was used in the animation you're gonna see in the final montage of all this. Great animation, by the way.
I heard open. Oh, but. Come.
Please raise your hand if you've already come up here. Okay, thank you.
Forgot to raise my hand.
I'm sorry, Sam?
Forgot to raise my hand.
Oh, no problem. Okay. Okay, 45 more seconds to go. You're moving right along. I know it's a challenge every time that somebody comes up here because you have other characters already up there, so you have more to animate. All right, 15 more seconds. All right, and one more after this, and thank you very much. You're good? Okay, thank you very much. If you just, okay, Margaret's gonna be writing the names down. Okay. How are you doing?
How do I take the picture?
Take the picture, you just want to press this button right here.
Okay.
And then if you don't like the image that you took, you could just double tap this button right here and it'll delete the last frame you took.
Okay.
Okay?
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna incorporate Oreo, all the animals, and want to try to put the Oreo.
So there will be an Oreo implemented now and all the characters are going to not fight, but compete to eat that Oreo. One more minute. What you want to do though, just to let you know, is once you see that white bar, the loading bar, that's just a picture because it's a longer exposure. So you just don't touch anything until that goes and really get your hand in there. Okay. Looking very good. All right, 30 more seconds. Ten seconds. It's a great looking clay Oreo, by the way. No problem. Okay, after this, just take one more and thank you very much. At least one got the Oreo. Thank you so much. Okay. So you're gonna want to do is just to take the picture, press enter. If you don't like it, double tap that.
Okay.
So what are your plans here?
My plan is to make this big monster come out and basically try and destroy her. Taking out their big.
Could you say that again?
This this monster, this red monster right here, is gonna get angry or something, and then like probably throw the door.
Okay, so the red monster that's coming in is gonna get angry. Okay, 1 minute left. It's looking great. Thirty seconds. Ten more seconds. Try to get 2 more frames. It'd be great. And 1 more. Okay, great job. Thank you very much. You could just leave on this side. Just be careful. Thank you so much. Okay, so what you're gonna do, welcome to the stage. You're just gonna press this to take your picture. And then if you don't like your picture, just double tap that. Tap it twice real quickly and delete the last frame that you took.
Okay.
So what are your plans?
I think I'm probably just gonna mess around with all the characters
Okay, she's just gonna mess around with all the characters and see what happens.
and make the dog chase the fish again.
And the dog is gonna chase the fish again.
They've been staying still for a long time.
And then what?
They've been staying still for a long time.
Yeah, they have. So let's get them moving. Alrighty, 2 minutes on the clock. Can you just once again, please raise your hand if you've already come up to the stage? Okay. That's what I was trying to do, just keep track of it, make sure we have. It actually looks like we're gonna have a little bit of extra time left. That's cool, so we'll see what we can do. Might just call you guys up kind of randomly because I don't think everyone's gonna have the chance to go. Probably 6. One more minute. Thirty seconds on the clock. Ten more seconds. Try to get 3 more real quick. Oh, you certainly can. Go ahead. I don't want to cut you guys off on your last frame. That would be wrong. Do it again.
Oh, there it goes.
Timed out. Sorry, the mouse. Okay, great job. Thank you. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, so we're gonna do it's as simple as just pressing the enter button. Just take your photo. And if you don't like that frame and you want to delete it, just double tap that real fast. Okay, 2 minutes on the clock. You guys are doing a wonderful job. Are you all having fun doing this? Awesome. Speak up just a little bit, sir.
The bird is gonna have the monster and strawberry and orange is gonna have the one.
Okay, so the bird is gonna attack the monster and the strawberry and I'm sorry, what's the other one to get in the watermelon? What's the second part of that?
The strawberry and orange is gonna take the water.
And the strawberry and the orange are gonna take the watermelon and walk away. It's all about the watermelon. Sorry. Yeah, if you want your hand in the picture, absolutely. Oh, okay. Okay, 30 more seconds.
Mhm.
10 more seconds. Nope. You might not want to put your hand in front of the camera until that bar is completely loaded. Okay. Okay, 2 more frames of animation. We should be good. And 1 more. Fantastic job. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Hello. Okay, so what you're going to be doing is just pressing this button right here to capture the frame of animation, and then double tapping that if you didn't like what you did, and you can redo it again, okay? So what are you going to be doing today?
I'm gonna turn the watermelon into a ball.
Sure.
The bird takes that. The one is gonna push you away.
Okay, so the watermelon is going to become a ball, and the bird takes the Oreo away. Very good. See it. So 2 minutes. So we have 10 more minutes. So if we could have 4 more people come up, raise your hand. Whoever raises a hand first, okay? You guys want to get in line? So it's going to be you, then you, then you, 1 more, and then you. Awesome.
Oh,
Okay, 30 more seconds. This is really coming along, you guys. Okay, 2 more frames. Okay, great job. Thank you. Welcome back. So what's going on here?
No idea, but
Okay.
I make these, whatever this is.
Sure. So there's a new character coming in, but we're just kind of making it as we go here. So we already have 138 still frame pictures that have been taken. It's a lot. Okay, 1 more minute. Thirty seconds. Got a lot of frames so far. This is good. Yeah, let's try to get 2 more frames. Okay, 1 more frame, then we're going to move on. Great job. Thank you again. Do you want to change that? You can just double tap the top right button. Top right. Yep. Let's do it 1 more time. Thank you so much. Okay, hello again. Okay, so what are we going to be doing right now?
I think I'm gonna make this guy more mad. Maybe make this dog thing pull back.
Okay, so the monster is going to get even more angry and the dog thing is going to fall back. 2 minutes. It looks great. That's where you got onion skin in, so you can put it right back where it was. Hey, 1 more minute. Thirty seconds. Okay, 2 more frames, please. Okay, just this last frame would be good. Thank you so much. Okay. Welcome back. So what is the plan? I'm sorry, can you speak up just a little bit?
So this thing will kill it off with, we'll try to kill it off with both these. Then we'll also kill the second one.
Wow, that's a lot. Okay. So this character right here is going to try to walk away with both balls, but he's only going to get the blue ball, and then the monster walks away with both of them?
That's just squashes.
Oh, the monster just squashes the red one. Okay, let's see it. 2 minutes on the clock. Then we have one more animator, and that'll be it. We're going to finish with our montage. Yes, Sam?
So I got my camera working, and I'm just, I'm doubling all the frames to make them.
I can't hear you. I'm sorry.
I got the camera working, like, finally got the thing.
Oh, awesome.
So I'll send that to you at the end of class.
Okay, so Sam got his camera working, everybody. So we're going to see a new animation. Let's give Sam a big round of applause, please. Great job, Sam. Okay, 1 more minute.
Finally.
Okay, 35 more seconds.
Different.
10 more seconds.
Mhm.
So the monster is going away, huh?
Okay.
I like this. So everyone's leaving the stage. This actually works out.
One of them.
One more.
The issues with in large. We have to drop.
Okay, great job. Thank you so much. Okay, and last but not least.
I'm just gonna make them all come out on stage and
Okay, so all turn into the stage and then waving goodbye. Sounds like a plan. Let's see it. 2 minutes on the clock. For this, you're probably gonna have to make bigger movements. All of them kind of only have 2 minutes. You can hit delete if you want. I won't count that 10 seconds. Okay, so before I show this video, I just want to let you guys all know, please, please, it means so much to me. And I'm sure all of the other students and participants, remote and in person, would love to see your animations. So please, just, let's say as soon as possible. Yes, Margaret.
Hi, so this is going back to the issue with exporting.
Sure.
Was it Evie? Evie had a great idea about making sure that you save the video to Google Drive or Dropbox first and then try to send it. So good point on that. The only issue is that emails can take only a certain file size. So if the video is still too big, over 10 megabytes or even 50, I think is the limit for Gmail. That's why it won't send as an attachment. So a workaround is to just shorten your video a little bit, cut a few frames, and even increase the speed of your video, the frames per second. It'll shorten it, and then you should be able to attach it.
Okay, thank you. Great suggestion, Evie. Okay, cool. Oh,
I'm just gonna do a couple more frames when I'll stand there. And
sure.
the only one with hands is gonna leave.
Okay, go ahead. Then we gotta move on. Thank you so much.
And I'm just gonna go to this place.
Okay, so the final animation, you guys,
And that's the monster. Because he's the only one that has hands.
because the monster, he's the only one that has hands.
Try to wave goodbye.
He's gonna try to wave goodbye. The monster. Okay, 2 more frames. These characters are great. There's a lot of detail on them.
Take it back to his original place.
All right, so one more picture.
Okay, that's it.
Great job. Thank you so much. Let's give everyone a round of applause. Give yourself a round of applause. Great job, everybody. I'm sorry?
Can I take my
Sure.
Keep the bird. I think my turn. Sorry.
All right, if you guys just want to come up one at a time and grab your characters back, I'm actually just going to start the montage video because it's perfectly timed to the end of this class. So without further ado, let's watch the montage video. There is audio on this. If we could please just turn on the audio to this video. Thank you. Great job. This is the first thing I ever did with Westport Library. Well, Westport Barnes and Nobles, but I got invited by the Westport Library. Were you there, Margaret? It was so much fun. So upset. Alex was like, hey, they only gave us one of these giant Maker Bot plushes. Do you want it? $10? I was like, nah. I so wish I had that thing. I'll never forget that. What we did was we set up a little station about a little shorter than these 2 tables put together. It was a little shorter than these 2 tables put together. And then we had one side of it, it was on this side where we had the clay section, where everyone would just make their character. It was like a pipeline. Then we'd move right along, and then they'd kind of learn the software a little bit for a sec. Then they'd come over and animate and just rotate. It was great fun. Workspace education. I did 2 classes back to back. Holy moly! All right, so we're going to take a quick break off of this video, you guys. We're going to show what we just did. this last? Yes, Sam.
I was wondering how I could export my finished it.
I can help you in a moment, okay? I'm gonna go around to the tables and ask you guys if there's anything I can help you with, leaving with some extra little knowledge. Okay, so we're gonna stop the montage. Okay. So without further ado, I'm gonna show you guys, if you all wanna pay attention, what you guys just animated, okay? So here we go. All right, just wait till everybody's watching. Okay, ready? Okay, here we go. So right now, this is at 12 frames per second. Love it. You guys did a great job. That's teamwork right there, by the way. So now we're going to watch it a little slower in 10 frames. It's a little bit at 2 frames, right? So let's bring it to the beginning. Oh. It's funny, you could see him animating this whole thing back there.
Oh yeah, you can see the
Just the back of you. Okay, yes. Could you speak up a little? I'm sorry. Sure, sure. Yep, so I'm gonna hold the last frame for a few seconds. How's that? We're at 10 frames, so it's maybe 5 seconds. I think that sounds good. So here we go again. So I'm just gonna loop it. Okay. Give me 1 second. There we go. Let's give one more round of applause to all of you guys. Okay, so now I'm going to just go around and ask everybody if there's anything I can do to help them as a closing to this class. So, okay. I'm going to keep this up on the screen to remind yourselves how great of a class you were. Thank you. Sure. Okay.
How do you name your like projects?
Sure. I think, let me take a look real quick. I believe you go back to the main screen. The question is, how do you name your project? And let me just take 1 second to figure that out because I do know it. I just, on the top of my head. Let's see. So right now it's called My Movie 3. This is a very good question. Okay, so let's open it up. Oops. Sorry, could you go back to that, please? Okay, so. That is a really good question. Does anybody else know?
I do.
Just click it.
I do. You have to click it.
Oh, thank you. Just click the name. So if you want to rename your file, just click the name on the main menu where it shows them all. You can't do it while you're animating. You have to go to the main screen again where it shows all your different animations and just click the title. Good question. Thank you.
Okay, and another one?
Sure, we have another one.
Do the onion skin thing.
Yep, okay. For that, you have to be animating and then were you doing it before?
No.
Okay. I believe, yep, right here. So the question is on Stop Motion Studio on the app, this is specific for an Android phone. So what you want to do is when you're in your animating screen, you want to click the camera on the top right. To the top right of your frame of animation, the actual display. Click it, and on the left-hand side, you're going to see a little dial where you can go up or down. You want it somewhere right in the middle. You want to try it out? Sorry. All right, thank you so much. Okay, yeah, let's just all take turns up here. I think that'll be the best way to do it.
Find another way.
Okay, so you were first,
Email me. And
then you, and then you.
Yeah, and then I do.
This is just a quick question. So basically, I made my movie and I sent it to the What a Production,
Sure.
but I added a bit onto it. Would that be in the movie that I sent to you, or will I have to send it
Sure.
to you again?
That is a very good question. The question is, if any of you guys have already sent me an animation, but then you want to expand it, make it a little longer, maybe you weren't thinking of an idea, but you have it later on, you just add it to it, just send me the new animation. I'll use that one instead. It's a great question. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Thank you. Well, you were next. We have an order, so you, and then you, Sam.
How can I connect my camera to my computer?
USB. So the question is,
But I have a port here, but it's HDMI, and
I see.
it doesn't seem like it would connect to the computer.
You need a cable like this.
Well, they're all different. There's an icon. I believe this is
My computer connects.
some of the kids. So the question is, how do you connect, if you can't figure out how to connect your camera to your computer to use as a capture source? Depending on what kind of camera you have, that answer is going to differ from one camera to another. And on this Nikon, it would be one of these ports. These are specialized cables, though. These are not standard like micro A, mini. I can only imagine that it's one of these. Whatever, do you have the cables with you?
I don't have cables.
Well, it's got to be one of these because I could tell one of these, that's a mini display port.
Yeah,
That's not going to work. HDMI is just if you want to show it on a bigger screen.
yeah.
So it'll be whatever one connects to USB on the other side.
If you want, you can show
Okay.
mine.
With that.
No, that's micro B.
Oh.
Thank you, though, son. Okay.
Thanks.
Sorry, I can't answer that exactly.
All right.
Apologize. Okay, you.
What does this look like? I'm trying to figure out a name for it.
You want me to name it? Sure. I feel privileged. Okay, what does it look like? Gotta give me a minute on this. Kind of looks like a fox, like a futuristic fox. As for a name, you're putting me on the spot here. So let's,
Oh,
I just need,
Gomez.
okay.
Yep. Thank you. Thank you for allowing me. Okay. Sorry, who? Sam.
So my video is like larger than like.
Would you mind, Sam, just please approaching the microphone so everyone could hear?
So my video file is larger than email allows, and I was wondering how to fix that.
Okay, are you on Google?
No,
Gmail?
Outlook.
Okay. So the question is, if your file's too big to send as an attachment in an email, that's it can be tricky depending on what email you have. There's different terms, of course, of file size. Do you have Dropbox?
Yeah, I think so.
WeTransfer. I want to say this to everyone. It will probably make your lives a lot easier. You could use WeTransfer. If you guys want to write this down real quick, WeTransfer.com. None of these files from Stop Motion Studio, unless they're ginormous and huge, should be over the limit of WeTransfer. Let's get Travis, do you know that maximum 2 gigs? These files are not going to be 2 gigs, even with audio if you did that. So I recommend if something fails doing it through your email, next go to WeTransfer.com. You could simply drag and drop your file right on there, send them to a production studio, and I will get them that way. That'll solve so many problems. If anyone has any questions of emailing, Outlook, I have no idea, to be honest with you directly. So just do WeTransfer. I'm trying to avoid Dropbox like the plague because there's always seems to be some kind of a problem both ways. I've learned that from experience. Just trust me on that. WeTransfer is the best. It is simple. It seems faster as well. And that should solve all your problems. Okay, yes, next.
So I used my hand as a rig on one of my animations, and I'm just trying to figure out how to erase it because I saw in the videos, on the tutorial videos, they somehow erased their rig they used.
Okay, this is a very detailed question that involves a little bit of post-production. So the question is, we used our hand as a rig, meaning our hand is the object to hold the subject, and we want to remove the hand so it looks like the subject is by itself, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, can I see it for a second? I could answer you. So there's no green screen. So, generally I would say green screen. That would make it a lot easier because then everything green is gone, but you just use your hand. Makes it harder because you have a pattern background. I can give you a complicated answer. What you can do is, which, I mean, we didn't go over it at all in class, but you just want to basically, you can take a picture by any chance. Do you still have that set up at your house?
Yeah.
Just take a picture of that by itself with the same lighting you had.
Yes.
And you could just, with a photo editing tool, just remove your hand from it in the bottom layer, which will be the cards, so that it'll appear that that is floating. Does that answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. There's no real easy way to do that within the software. Good question, though. Thank you. Okay, yes.
There is an option to press the gear, so you never pay a subscription to get the option. I saw it in the tutorial and I tried it, but it looks in the class.
You can, but you can't do it. Would you like to show the picture?
Yeah, if you have a subscription, then you can do it. So you press that and then, wait, where was it? I saw it before.
You could do that, what you're saying, if you had a keyed background.
I think, wait, bigger, wait, I think I can do it. I think it's
So while we're figuring that out, I can answer another question. Yes, Sam, if you want to come up here.
So I've got I've gotten everything ready for retransfer, and I was wondering what I should do now, because it's not letting me transfer it.
No, but I think he might.
So let me put the file in?
Yeah, I put the file in. It fits, but I'm not sure what's happening.
Are you connected to the internet? I guess,
Yeah,
of course you are. Can I see it? I'll look, show you.
Still struggling with the week. Email us. Figure it
Mhm. Oh,
out. He said, "Look,
it's not finished uploading.
Really? Oh.
I haven't used
Let me
it.
take a look real quick.
Something I don't know. Yeah. It's good to know for me. I feel like I struggle with this.
I think he timed out. Let's try this again. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna pick the file. Can you show me where you saved that?
What?
You're doing from OneDrive to, do you have just a file? What I would highly recommend is just putting the file somewhere on your desktop, not another cloud service that could kind of get wonky. Just put it on your desktop for now, that'll be fine.
No, I have a file here for completed stop motion. Let me just.
Cool.
Video. I think there.
Okay, excellent. So just drag it out. Okay, so type in What a Production Studio at gmail.com. Okay. Hold on. And just hit transfer. There you go.
Thank you.
Awesome, no problem, Sam. Great question. Okay, yes. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good.
Good.
What I'm doing is I'm trying to figure out how to do onion skin.
Sure.
Because
So we have another question about onion skinning.
I tried
So now we're on an iPad, so the answer might be a little different. Nope, it's not. Right here.
Oh, okay.
So once you're in the actual screen of animation where you can see the frame you're about to take along the line of a timeline of the ones you have already taken, what you want to do is just look to the left. You'll see a vertical bar which you can slide up and down. Put it right in the middle, and you'll have your onion skin on. Does it help? Okay, great question. Okay, anybody else? Now's your chance. Don't be afraid. Yes.
There are things you've mentioned, but I made a stop motion video of my dad flying or something.
Oh,
And it was like every time he jumped, I had to take a picture. I don't know. Is that like an okay thing? Is that one of the things? Is that one of the ways you do it? Because I don't really know what I'm doing. So.
sure. Can I take a look? Yeah, absolutely. That's stop motion. Yeah, you don't need to be doing this with clay. You can be doing it with live subjects as well. That's awesome. Yes, that's awesome. Absolutely, that's still stop motion. Yeah, you can use yourself as a subject. Anything, really. Any object that you can put in front of a camera could be used for stop motion. So we have time for a couple more questions. Anybody? Jack, do you have any questions? You want to come up here and ask me a question? Okay. Well, everybody, this has been a fantastic class. I want to thank you all for coming here and participating, not just showing up, but actually being an active active member of this class. Let's give everybody, including yourself, a big round of applause. Great job, everyone. I'm very proud of you. You displayed great artistic ability, and also, as of today, you guys are all great at teamwork, and that's more important than anything. Because you're not always going to be working by yourself with film, with animation, with video. You're going to be with a team. And there might be different opinions. Not everyone's going to be on the same page, but to be able to, meet in the middle somewhere, So you guys were all able to come up here, and you were all able to make the animation come to life, even though you probably had a bunch of different ideas, but you all did it as a team. So one more round of applause.
And thank you, Jhonny, for a great workshop. We hope to see you guys again at another Camp Explore. Good evening.
Thank you so much. And one more, thank you, Margaret. And one more thing, please email me those files. Because after today, I'm not going to see you again in person, right? So please, raise your hand if you've already emailed me in some form one of your animations. Okay, awesome. For the people that didn't raise their hands, please send it to me. And the people that did, send me another one. All right, thank you so much. You guys are the greatest. One more. Great job. Yes. Sure.
Can I send it to you after I'm done?
Yeah, there's no hurry, because I'm going to tell you, it's not going to be in a couple days. I'd say to be honest, I'm going to try to have it done before I teach my class in Danbury. I think that would just make the most sense. So within maybe 10 days, but there's got to be a cap at that point then. So let's put it this way. You guys have 3 days to send me the animations if you want it included in the compilation video. Or if you just want to show it to me even after that, maybe we can put it up somewhere else. Maybe Westport Library would love to share that. But in terms of the montage video, we do have a deadline, so 3 days. Does that give you guys all enough time? Okay, awesome. Great job, guys. Thank you so much once again. Okay, it's been a pleasure. Hi, Sam.